Beneath the waves, nuclear submarines drift silently through the deep, their presence cloaked in the stillness of the ocean. These stealthy giants, with sleek metal bodies engineered for both endurance and secrecy, patrol the world's waters. Like shadows of power, unseen and unheard, they glide through the darkness, carrying within them the devastating force of nuclear firepower. Their very existence is a quiet threat, hidden, waiting, a constant reminder of the immense destruction that lies just beneath the surface. On a beautiful day, far out in the distant ocean, a strange light began to glow deep beneath the waves. Slowly, a bluish beam rose from the depths, shimmering as it ascended toward the surface. When it finally broke through the water, it erupted skyward in a sudden, silent explosion, shooting towards space at an incredible speed. Yet, no radar on Earth registered its presence. Even more mysteriously, the beam could not be seen, heard, or detected by any living creature on the planet. Although the beam remains invisible to even the most advanced military and scientific radars, a new anomaly has emerged. High above in the stratosphere, a subtle ripple disturbed the stillness of space. Unnoticed by the teams of scientists and military personnel closely monitoring the phenomenon, no one could have predicted that the mysterious object was silently drifting toward the enigmatic beam of light. Orders quickly arrived from military headquarters to sail toward the projected location of the mysterious object. Though uncertainty lingered about the object's nature, there was a collective sigh of relief. It was heading toward the open waters of the North Atlantic Ocean, far from any major cities or populated territories. Like a moth drawn to a flame, the mysterious object sped toward the bluish beam of light. The moment it entered the beam, all signals tracking its presence vanished. In eerie silence, it slipped beneath the ocean's surface, gliding smoothly as it sank deeper into the abyss. Soon, it was drifting through vast undersea canyons, moving with an uncanny sense of purpose, almost as if it knew exactly where it was meant to go. Although the mysterious object had vanished from all radar screens, powerful military computers were able to estimate its likely point of impact, somewhere in the North Atlantic. Orders were immediately dispatched to submarine commanders, instructing them to sail to the designated area in the hope of discovering something once they arrived. Due to the mission's secrecy, only the submarine's commanding officers, captain and their second-in-command, were aware that something out of the ordinary was underway. Even then, they were not fully briefed on the details known to high command back at headquarters. For now, all they could do was follow their orders and wait for further instructions upon reaching their destination. Soon, a large fleet of submarines from various nations began converging on the location predicted by the advanced military computers. All the governments involved in this mission decided to keep this information classified. There was no coordinated international effort to address the situation. Each nation held a similar theory about what the object might be, and the race to reach it first was driven by the promise of great reward, or potentially disastrous consequences. Within days, several submarines had arrived at their designated locations. Though scattered across miles, each one patrolled the general vicinity where the mysterious anomaly was believed to be. For days, they combed the depths in silence, scanning for any unusual signals, but the ocean remained quiet, unyielding. Then, without warning, a violent undersea turbulence erupted near one of the vessels. The submarine shuddered, lights flickered, systems failed. In an instant, it lost all power and began to plunge helplessly into the abyss. What felt like an eternity for the crew of the powerless submarine stretched on as they drifted deeper into the black abyss, enshrouded in darkness and uncertain of their fate. They scrambled to restore power, but every effort failed. Then, with a sudden jolt, the submarine slammed against the side of an undersea canyon and came to an eerie stop. In that moment of breathless silence, the power and lights flickered back to life, drawing a collective sigh of relief from the crew. but their relief quickly turned to awe and fear as they realized they had plunged nearly 2,000 feet and now surrounded on all sides by the towering walls of deep-sea canyons.
Captain, power has been fully restored. We've also detected a strange signal about a mile out and 1,000 feet beneath us.
All right, gentlemen, get me those coordinates. This is what we came for. It's red alert time.
Coordinates all set. Okay, let's find out what this is all about.
Soon, the submarine emerged from the shadowy canyons and entered a vast, open expanse of the deep. Then the signals grew stronger, and a strange shape began to materialize on the radar. Something hauntingly familiar, yet undeniably alien.
Sir, I'm getting a return, but it's absorbing most of the signal.
Exactly what do you mean?
The signals aren't fully bouncing back. It's almost like the signal is being absorbed.
Looks like it's time to do some exploring. Advise headquarters via channel red RA. And let's get the baby ready.
As the submarine neared the mysterious object, preparations were underway to launch the baby. The baby, a compact, unmanned, submersible vessel, outfitted with advanced sensors and camera systems. Designed to explore areas inaccessible to the main vessel, its primary mission is to detect and investigate any unusual objects or sounds. Once the baby is launched, its booster detaches and returns to the submarine. The mini-sub continues its journey toward the mysterious object, now revealed to be a massive pyramid. Meanwhile, aboard the submarine, the captain and his team closely monitor the live feed from the mini-sub's cameras, uncertain of what they'll discover next. Suddenly, another turbulence struck, and Baby reported that its source was emanating from the pyramid. The screen suddenly displayed strange patterns, unusual signals flickering across it, and then something extraordinary appeared on the screen. The pyramid seemed to come alive. It seemed as if it was rising, slowly but majestically. The captain and his crew were in awe, but ready for any conflict should it arise. Again the signals came. Basically the same pattern. Was it a welcome? A warning? Then suddenly the unexpected happened.
Now, I have seen everything. Good. We still got baby signal. Get me the coordinates where she is, Lieutenant.
Cannot do, sir. There's nothing on the screen. Baby's gone down the plug hole.
The captain and his team stood stunned but were aware as they watched the screen. Never in their lives had they imagined such an incident would befall them.
Sir, we have lost the signal. Wait. Well, looks like Baby is waking up.
What the? Did someone drop an acid in my coffee? Are we getting anything strange on the sub's cameras?
Sub-camera, one knows, sir. Just the image of that pyramid.
Sub-camera 2 reporting, sir. We just got a white flash and the screen is gone.
The sudden flash of light was from the pyramid, and once again the submarine loses power. Powerless, the vessel drifted slowly down to the ocean floor. Upon reaching the bottom, the pyramid had transformed once more, its appearance altered by the time warp field it was generating.
Sir, we have no nuke reactor reading.
We're working on it.
Hey, we are moving. Where's the power coming from? What the?
A massive gateway began to form on the structure. Suddenly, a blue beam of light shot out from the pyramid's gateway, and before any defensive measures could be taken, the submarine was pulled into the glowing entrance.
Sir, Subcam 1 is back online. I can't believe this. We're being pulled toward the pyramid.
Brother, is our recording equipment in working order?
Yes, sir. Getting it all done.
Man, oh man, no one is gonna believe this. Have to put this on YouTube if we survive this.
Very funny, sir. I'm sure we will get a few hits with this. Sir, we seem to be moving through some mysterious portals.
Transitioning between locations instantaneously.
Let's all keep our heads together. Let's play this out, gentlemen. Well, looks like a welcome committee is coming our way, gentlemen. Best behavior, please.
The welcoming committee arrived. Several unidentified flying objects circling with eerie precision, as if intrigued by the unexpected visitor, or perhaps expecting it all along. Suddenly, bluish beams of light shot down from the unidentified flying objects, striking the submarine with unearthly precision. Inside, the crew watched in alarm as high-level systems began activating on their own.
Captain, we are ascending towards the surface, not our doing.
The bluish beams from the alien crafts locked onto the submarine, lifting it through the dark ocean. The vessel ascended steadily, until, just a few yards beneath the surface, it halted abruptly.
Captain, the missile hatches are opening.
With no control over their instruments, the crew could only watch in helpless horror as the ballistic missiles launched from their own vessel. Targets, reprogrammed by the alien force, were now a global array of major cities and key industrial sites, striking indiscriminately across ally and enemy lines. The captain and his crew understood the grim reality. Once these warheads were detected, nations would retaliate with their own nuclear arsenals, but retaliate against whom? With no clear aggressor, would world leaders resort to guesswork, firing blindly at old enemies in a desperate bid for revenge? The countdown to chaos had already begun. As soon as the nuclear-capable nations realized they were under attack, they elevated their defense status to red alert. At first, there was hesitation. No one knew who the enemy was. The missiles had originated from the North Atlantic, but there were no signs of an enemy vessel or aircraft. Even the most advanced radar systems and space-based telescopes detected nothing. Still, the missiles were inbound and fast. There was no time left to question. Almost simultaneously, as if orchestrated by fear itself, the world's nuclear powers launched their own arsenals toward primary and secondary targets.